These are the technology stories that hide in plain sight, tools, systems, and designs that worked in ways nobody expects at first glance. Each one starts with a strange fact and ends with the mechanism that made it matter. Dutch-built, Turkish-operated Birinci İnönü-class submarines were used to discreetly develop German U-boats. The Birinci İnönü class gave engineers a real submarine platform under Turkish operation, instead of an openly German-built boat. That mattered because the work could happen through an existing foreign class. The mechanism was indirect development. A foreign-operated submarine class let technical work proceed without labeling it as German U-boat construction. The arrangement kept the development path discreet. That meant German U-boat development could advance while avoiding the most obvious public label. The same submarine class became a quiet bridge between countries in design work. The result was a military technology pathway hidden inside an unrelated submarine class. A Dutch-built hull, Turkish hands, and German U-boat development all met in one discrete arrangement. On Pantelleria, traditional stone houses can stay up to 8 degrees Celsius cooler than the summer air outside. These houses are called demusi, and they are found mainly on Pantelleria, with some on nearby Lampedusa. They are a traditional Sicilian peasant house form. The walls use local volcanic rock, which stores and releases heat differently from the hot air outside. The shape and materials slow heat flow into the interior. That means the cooling happens passively, without powered air conditioning. The house itself acts like a thermal buffer through the day. The result is everyday climate control built from island stone and a traditional form that fits the heat. On Pantelleria, the building does the cooling work. A U.S. government medical search tool was named Grateful Med, a pun on the rock band Grateful Dead. It was a direct interface to Medline and other meddlers' databases, built for health professionals who needed answers fast. The software was adapted from Microsearch, an ill interface that assembled query language before connecting to the National Library of Medicine mainframe. Before that, many searches meant learning command language, asking librarians, or using CD-ROM Medline subsets. Released in 1986 after rapid development, it made NLM's mainframe searches directly useful in everyday physician work. Battle for Dream Island helped launch a YouTube genre where the contestants were anthropomorphic objects. It was an American animated web series created by twin brothers Carrie and Michael Huang, and it parodied game shows. The format was simple: objects competed, and viewers voted to eliminate one character after each round. Because the rules were so clear, other independent creators could copy the structure without needing a big studio setup. That repeatable template became the basis for a microgenre of similar web series called object shows on YouTube. Satank Bridge cost $2,325 to build in 1900, then needed a restoration estimate of at least $750,000 in 2011. It is a steel and timber pratt through truss bridge in Garfield County, Colorado, crossing the Roaring Fork River near Satank. A pratt through truss uses diagonal and vertical members to carry loads through the frame, so preservation has to match those parts closely. That makes restoration a custom job, not a standard replacement, and the 2011 estimate climbed to at least $750,000. The bridge still carries a trail between Glenwood Springs and Aspen, so its value now includes keeping a 102-foot link in place. Australia agreed to support a station in Alice Springs, but the U.S. Air Force runs it. It is the Joint Geological and Geophysical Research Station, established in 1955 in the Northern Territory. Its job was seismic monitoring, which means tracking ground vibrations and detecting underground nuclear detonations. That made it useful for finding hidden explosions. The station operates in cooperation with Australia, but the United States Air Force manages the installation. It also feeds seismic data into Australian hazard monitoring programs. So one site serves two systems at once, a US-run intelligence role and an Australian civil warning role. That dual use is why this Alice Springs station matters. Crow Country includes a survival horror mode with no enemies at all. The game is set in 1990, inside the abandoned Crow Country theme park, where Mara Forrest searches for the park's owner. In the normal game, you explore the park, solve puzzles, and fight enemies. The no enemies mode removes the combat layer, but keeps that exploration structure intact. That changes the pressure on every hallway and room. Players can focus on atmosphere, navigation, and puzzle logic instead of surviving fights. Crow Country still feels like survival horror, but the no enemies mode lets the park's layout and secrets carry the tension. Laura Kampf got millions of views from a build video even though the project did not work. She is a German maker from Cologne, and her channel centers on hands-on build projects. She also reaches a large American audience. The appeal is the process itself. Viewers watch her test ideas, adjust parts, and keep building. Maker videos can stay compelling because the problem solving is visible on screen. That means a project can miss its goal and still hold attention if the build is interesting to follow. The video becomes a record of decisions, tests, and visible setbacks. For Laura Kampf, the result was a huge audience that watched the making, not just the finish. The failed project still worked as a story about building in public. If you like seeing how small technical choices create big real-world effects, subscribe for more, and tell me which episode had the biggest hidden mechanism.